online people. Um, Fuck, I wish I would have paid that attention. I kept on dismissing that shit. So I wish I would have paid that shit some attention. Man, I can't see your fucking name for nothing.
I don't know why they got this shit fucked up like that.
Fuck.
They ain't got no more chat rooms done like that.
Fucking stupid.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Stupid ass shit. Through 100 bitches' names that's not online just to get the OG's fucking name. I got it on random, whoever.
You getting the Browns?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm in Mississippi.
What part of Mississippi?
I'm in Jackson.
My people's from Mississippi.
Bruh, I've been a Colts fan for damn 15 years.
Going all orange. Don't get them garbage ass coats then.
You sure?
Positive, man.
Alright.
You ain't got no weapons over there. You ain't got nothing but TY. I'm gonna smash
Okay.
TY. What about
Starting young.
fast?
Starting them young.
You play football?
Think like what?
How
Think
old
like
is you?
4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. Been watching the daddy too much.
And where his jet on that? Yeah, I was just
Flag
thinking about
football.
his
Yeah,
stadium.
no flag
It
football.
probably is. Yeah.
That's a real football move, I
Hello,
tell you
everybody.
that.
I'm Larry
Yeah.
Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Luck's Colts going up against RG3's Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder,
Like
Moses
you doing what
Cleveland,
you did
way
right now,
back
I
in
can fuck you up.
1796.
But I ain't gonna tell you how I
Tonight, we've
cancel
got a
after the
good
game.
AFC matchup on tap between the
You talking to me like
Indianapolis
I'm just some
Colts
kind of
and
rookie or
the
something.
Cleveland
No, I'm
Browns.
just saying though,
And he's
that's a
up
glitch
past the
right there. I
20
think
to the
by you trying to
22-yard
back your
line.
people up.
Nah, I wasn't trying to bet my people up. I picked the wrong return. I just straightened it out.
I know by you doing it, I can glitch you though.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't gonna tell you how to do it. I ain't gonna tell you how to do it. Oh, all these players. Hold on. Put these players in there real quick.
I'm doing the same thing. Let me know when you're ready.
All right.
Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
I still remember when Frank Gore came out of the University of Miami, and there were injury questions about him because of his knees. Guess what? He just had his 9th 1,000-yard season in 2016 with Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's something. It's an Indianapolis Colts franchise that the last few years has really struggled with guys running the football, but Gore picking him back up this year. He's 33. Larry Fitzgerald's 33. Those guys still producing.
And you know what the coaches say about both of them? They're the ultimate pros.
Not the coaches.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game.
Not
Get your
the
best
coaches,
players into
just
space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
Because you can also cheat like that. That shit was like up to date, like going frame up.
Second down now after the incompletion. Luck gives to his running back Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Joe Hayden is a complete cornerback. He tackles, he covers, and does everything with incredible speed.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing on third down, Luck. And able to find Dorsett. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, it's Luck. Over the middle, door set. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Defense showing blitz. On second down, here's Locke.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Good point you brought up before the game. You hear great quarterback-receiver duos. You think Manning, Beckham, Roethlisberger, Brown, Ryan, and Jones. But Luck and Hilton, how about these? I mean, T.Y. led the league in yards in 2016.
And a lot of it done from the slot position. And he's one of those guys that can work inside. They can also stick him outside. He can go deep and make big-time plays. T.Y. is Mr. Excitement with the ball in his hands.
They run. It's Gore. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense and try to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have
that's all you seen this shit.
That triple covered.
Who caught it though?
Child, please. Oh, that's a kick right here. Go and give me that.
You sure?
Oh, audible right there. Go ahead.
Here's Luck now on second down. It's complete to the right side. It's Allen. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Defensive breakage there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. Following the penalty, it's Gore. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hand,
oh, wow.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
You don't want that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson.
That weak shit ain't gonna work, buddy.
He got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. They go play action. Griffin. They'll roll him out right. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor.
Oh.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. RG3 outside of the pocket. You know that's where he can be really dangerous with the feet or here the arm.
And that scares defenses in a big way because his ability to break ranks and still make big throws, or as you suggested, take off and go. How do you defend that when he's on his game?
Nah.
You want to get in one?
I really don't know.
On the run, this is Jackson.
I got one that's about to open. Well, it's open now, but we're in the playoffs. It's in the wild card right
It's
now.
another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
Like
that
3
led to
times
a really
already.
nice game.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try a little trickery here on the end round. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I done sold up on Browns in all my leagues, so they already know. Everybody gonna be trying to hop on the Browns next season.
On second down, here's Griffin. And Barnage has it on the right side.
Come on, chunky
He
hard
got 18
dog.
yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's the junkyard dog. We got rid of him,
The
though,
second
man.
quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen,
That's okay.
right? You see it, now
You
the
got that.
confidence is starting to rise.
You got that
I think now's a
motherfucking
play
tight end from
caller,
Miami.
because
You
that
got
has
that tight end
happened,
from
you
Miami,
lean
the
on
big
it a
boy.
little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Hey. You see that tight end? You got to keep that on the hush until after the game.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford, there for the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Got to have you like a mandatory 3 plays inside this 20 that you can work with.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
5. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm back, OG. You ready? You ready, OG? OG, you ready? I don't know about all that, boy.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the
You
first
can get
on
this
the ground.
touchdown. I already see by the way the defense lined up, this is a touchdown.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Browns there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the possession switches to Indianapolis. Here come the Colts. As you look forward for them, after 3 11-5 campaigns, back-to-back 8-8 seasons, missing the playoffs, but it appears Chuck Pagano will be the head coach again. Many thought he might be on the way out.
He's staying. Brand new general manager in place. They'll have to work hand-in-hand together to keep improving the roster. But you just mentioned the back-to-back 8-8 seasons. In the AFC South, that only puts them about 1 game out of the playoffs. So if they can make any type of improvement, they have a chance to get back into the playoffs where they were for the previous 3 seasons.
They go play action here on first down.
I knew he was going to do that shit. I knew it. Stupid.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 78 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If
you
go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second. But 1-15 this last year, and it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs 1 time.
Hard to believe, right? Just 2 winning seasons in that time frame
only 2
as well. But I think there's optimism to be had here in Cleveland. I think that the fans, it's tough for them to see it after another 1-15 season. But I think that they have a plan in place.
Maybe if you would have
to
stayed
move
on,
this
try to have
franchise forward. Ownership, front office, head coach, all in lockstep together with a vision and a plan that they intend to execute.
On second down, Johnson. And some room to maneuver.
Oh, come on, man.
Take him down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More for Cleveland after this. They'll come out in the pistol. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Yeah. In the game.
Now Griffin on second down.
Pick that shit.
It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want
that was convenient for you.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass.
Appreciate
they
it.
did. Let's see how they adjust.
Okay, appreciate it.
After the interception, it's locked. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw on second down as well.
Oh, come on,
Set up the screen. It's
Wow.
complete.
Should have got on the
He'll
outside.
be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Luck.
Oh, catch that.
Complete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Don't do me like that, man. Come on,
You
now.
got to catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Seven yards remaining here on third down. One receiver left is Hilton. Throwing on third down, Luck. And able to find Dorsett. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Oh, come on.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On first down, it's Luck.
Oh,
It's Dorsett.
come on.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fresh set of downs here. Luck on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Luck now on second down. He's going to rifle one deep.
Yeah, okay.
Intercepted. A great read. It's picked off. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try to get some more points.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Mikey, I know what I'm
Talking
doing.
OG like he a rook.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
What's the score, Mikey?
And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
What's the score, Mikey? I can play defensive line, I can play linebacker, I can play safety, I can do it all.
Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your
I play
job.
defensive line, I like playing on the line.
Jackson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Nigga, I don't give up a lot of running yards. Let me tell you that now.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it?
That's when you throw the pick.
Quick. And what a
That's when you
terrific play.
keep throwing the pick.
No gain.
Keep on hitting over that
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
They ain't talking about that big flurry from McDonald's.
On second down, Griffin.
Come on, interference. You touched it,
The intended target was Corey Coleman, and now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Slot man moves right. On third down, Griffin.
That's going to go get it.
Go get it. Have a first down here at about the 40. A good pickup there at 20 yards. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And now a first down following that long gain. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action. Griffin.
Oh, I threw it.
And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity. Just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. To throw is RG3. He's going to flip that out to the flat. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Sounds easy.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. And Barnage has it on the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Gary Barnage from 17 yards out. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been. But it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Wow.
One receiver left is Hilton. On second down, here's Luck. And complete to Moncrief over the middle.
Come on, man.
That's good for 5. It's third down.
Now flip that nigga horseshoe upside down, man.
Third down now following the completed pass. From the gun on third down, Luck.
Oh, no.
And incomplete here on third down.
Oh, no.
Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. Here's Pat McAfee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Oh, give me some block.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 15-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really went through it.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Come on.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is away and a very good kick.
Oh,
Angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. On first down, it's Gore.
Oh,
And he takes this one
he
in
just
for
let
a
us
Colts
storm.
touchdown. Frank Gore, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. And how about that, giving us our 5th lead change of the game? It's been back and forth.
No doubt about it, and right now, they're ahead, but they can't relax at all because if we've had 5 lead changes, I'm kind of betting on a 6th.
Yeah, we might see a 6th. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They hand off to their big tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Good call. The fuck was that?
Well, he challenged the
He
play.
done hit me
It
with
did
the
not pay off.
okey-doke.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Stop.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Another pistol look here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some space here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll throw it with Griffin.
Good try.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Here's Griffin sliding out of the pocket. He finds Coleman. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
No.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Let's see what transpires.
Second and 5. And the D looking like they may blitz. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw is RG3. Looking at he can't get it away. He's taken down. Kendall Langford in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. The slot man in motion right. Back to throw. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. 5 yards to go for the offense. 1st down and goal from that 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now it's 2nd and goal. They run again with Jackson. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. He's back to throw.
Oh,
He's this for his running back. It's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Going for it.
It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over,
No
we'll
guts.
step aside.
No guts, no glory, boy. Going for it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Luck now to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Luck. He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines. But then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now RG3. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. Eric Walden from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now it's Gore. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield, get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Going up top.
Oh no, give me that.
It's caught inside the 25 for
That's so
time.
slow.
49 yards.
CB's over
Last
top,
drive he
man.
threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Luck now to throw.
Give me that.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the corner.
Give me that shit, boy.
And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2. Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run.
Run this nigga over,
This up
man.
to the 30-yard line. Give them 11 on the gain there, and the Browns are going to have a first down.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
And now they'll try the end around.
Oh.
They work this one out to about the 38.
Oh, man.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for third down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to sneak with Griffin. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Oh man, ain't no 2-minute warning?
Now what can RG3 do here in overtime? He'll buy some time right.
No!
And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he cuts it back left. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on
Good
this
game, little boy. You got lucky, you son of a bitch.
we could get to overtime. Just the way this game
It took you
went.
overtime, goddamn. You lucky I threw that pick down there. You lucky I threw that pick down there. I had your motherfucking name.
In today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring
That's good defense.
Not there, they ran it in. And again, just a great game that we bore witness to. That'll do it.
I almost ended the damn time.
Alongside Charles Davis, thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Couldn't get no pressure with these damn boy.
No. Hold on, Mike.